And coming up next, days after violence killed at least 70 people, the Home Minister is in Manipur today. And fresh violence is reported in Manipur.
Number one on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the number one channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you the viewer have been coming back to us for our investigative reports, our reportage from different parts of the country and the world, our opinions on TV that make us number one. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the number one channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic number one on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been number one for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic TV, number one on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing number one news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July. Republic, number one on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number one for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic number one on TV, now soon on digital this July. Republic TV has been number one on television for the past 6 years. We broke the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered. We disrupted broadcast news television in India. And now we are all set to go digital. Republic on digital this July.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होमम में भाग ले रहे हैं।
सर्वजनानुरंजक निखिल प्रपंच आदर्श भूत अत्युत्कृष्ट परिपालना व्यवस्था सिद्ध्यर्थम तदर्थम अस्मिन् संसद भवने योग्य निर्णय करणार्थम निर्णीतानां कार्याणां सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकं सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाद्यभिवृद्ध्यर्थम समस्ताभ्युदयार्थम संसद भवन प्रवेशांगत्वेन कृतानां सुदर्शन होम वास्तु होमादीनां अतिशय फल प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री महागणपति प्रीत्यर्थम श्री महागणपति होम पूर्णाहुतिम आचार्य मुखेन करिष्ये।
continue to be live and breaking. It's 12 p.m. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We start first with the top headlines. Union ministers to hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements in 9 years of Modi government. Nitish Kumar takes the lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna on 12th of June. In a setback to the opposition unity, Congress now decides to not support the Aam Aadmi Party on ordinance matter. Amid violence and calls for the NRC in the state, Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Manipur to take stock. Complete chaos in Congress as Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement the promises.
3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
लिफ्ट ऑफ नॉर्मल
प्रज्वलन और सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन GSLV F12 का
ट्रैकिंग
Station is currently tracking.
Win for ISRO as GSLV F12 successfully places second generation navigation satellite into intended orbit. And we start with the news break that's just coming in. Congress having decided to not support the Aam Aadmi Party on the matter of ordinance. Now remember, this of course comes in the backdrop of the Aam Aadmi Party national convener who's been holding a meeting with several chief ministers of non-BJP ruled states to garner more support when it comes to that face-off that the Aam Aadmi Party has been having with the central government over the ordinance matter. Let's go across first to Anuj, who's getting us this news break. Anuj, help us understand what exactly the situation is. Congress now saying that it is not with the Aam Aadmi Party when it comes to that support that the latter has been trying to garner from several opposition parties.
Well, that's something what we are breaking at this point in time, and this is the latest what we are learning through our sources, that there was a high-level meeting in the AICC itself. It happened at the Congress headquarters in the national capital. It was none other but the president of the Congress party, that's Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, along with the senior leadership who was present in that very meeting. Now, unanimously, this has been decided that Congress is not going to support Aam Aadmi Party when we are talking about the issue of the ordinance. Let me remind you that earlier we have seen that this was Arvind Kejriwal, the convener of Aam Aadmi Party, the supremo of Aam Aadmi Party, and the Delhi's chief minister, who was having different meeting with a different opposition leader, whether being it Mamata Banerjee, whether being it Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray. From there also Arvind Kejriwal is seeking the support on the very issue, as we are very much to the monsoon session of the parliament. Also, the Aam Aadmi Party want to come out with a show of strength in that very session also, where they are talking about this particular ordinance which has been brought in by the central. On the other hand, this is the setback to the Congress party now, where the Aam Aadmi Party now, where the Congress has decided that they are not going to support Aam Aadmi Party in this very issue. They are not going to be the part of any kind of protest. As Aam Aadmi Party, what we have been told is they are going to take this issue inside the parliament as well as outside the parliament. That's something what the strategy of Aam Aadmi Party is. But Congress, being one of the oldest party and the big party, has unanimously decided what we have been told, that they are not going to support Aam Aadmi Party in the same. Earlier in the past, we have seen Aam Aadmi Party and Congress coming on one platform, but this time the differences could be clearly seen, as the Aam Aadmi Party was looking for the support from the opposition party, that I mentioned it earlier also, whether being it Mamata Banerjee or the other opposition leader. Today also, this was the meeting with Sitaram Yechuri, what I have been told. But on the other hand, this is another setback, the major setback, we should say, for the Aam Aadmi Party, where the Congress has decided to not to support Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes. But Anuj, do you see this as political opportunism in many ways? Because when it came to boycotting the parliament inauguration, all the opposition parties, in fact, at least 20 of them came together and said that we will not be attending the inaugural ceremony. And now when it comes to this ordinance, the Congress seems to have very conveniently sort of sidetracked and not coming together with the Aam Aadmi Party, particularly on this ordinance matter.
Well, this is something which clearly shows that the opposition party is not on the same page. We do remember what happened in the last session of the parliament, where this was the issue of Adani, which was taken by the opposition parties, where they tried to show their unity. But as you pointed it out very rightly, if we talk about the latest, if we talk about this particular issue of the ordinance, which has been implemented by the central, then the opposition could be clearly seen divided. So this was regarding the suspension of Rahul Gandhi also. When we are talking about the last time, we have seen uproar in both the houses, and how the opposition parties was taking march from the parliament to Vijay Chowk, and there was continuously protest at the Gandhi statue. But on the other hand, if we talk about the different issues, then we have seen the unity is not on the one page, and the opposition party is not standing on the one page. Whereas at this point in time, if we talk about this particular issue, Arvind Kejriwal meeting different opposition leader. But on the other hand, if we talk about the Congress party, then they have declared what their mood is.
Yes, stay with us. Let's take a word from Sardar RP Singh also joining us. Mr. Singh, how do you view this? Would you say that this is political opportunism on part of the Congress now that the latter has decided that it will not be supporting the Aam Aadmi Party when it comes to the ordinance matter?
They became the CM for the first time because of the Congress party only. Because Congress party supported and helped Arvind Kejriwal to the CM. Otherwise, he would never been the CM in city. So they have to decide on it what sort of governance they want to give to Delhi. But there have been Sheila Dixit also in city, and there have been Vadiraj Sahaji also in city. But there was never a clash between the center and the state. It's only because of the anarchist style, because of the way he functions, the way he calls people, the bureaucrats at his residence, and get them beaten by his goons. So whether they want this sort of system in Delhi, administration in Delhi, or they are serious about running Delhi as a city. But party politics aside, but how Delhi has to go on, that's a bigger issue.
But Mr. Singh, in the larger scheme of things, how do you view this, given that all these opposition parties are trying to stitch an alliance when it comes to that third front, with the Congress now making it very clear that it will not be supporting the Aam Aadmi Party on the ordinance matter, does it look like all these opposition parties are really on the same page when it comes to stitching together an alliance and forming a third front ahead of general elections?
Matter of who has to lead. Issue is, there's an issue of leadership. Kejriwal has his own agenda. Mamata Banerjee has her own agenda, or Rahul Gandhi has his own agenda, or the Congress party has their own agenda. So all of them have their different leaders. They want to project different leaders, and then different people as the people who will head the coalition also, as the opposition. So everyone dreams to be the Prime Minister. Let them decide. I mean, it's up to them to decide.
Well, that's the fact of the matter, that the opposition still has no consensus when it comes to deciding on that prime ministerial face when it comes to forming that third front. But let's go across and take a word from Lokesh Jindal of the Congress as well. Mr. Jindal, if you can explain to us, why has the Congress decided to not support the Aam Aadmi Party on the ordinance matter?
Introduced a bill again for the impeachment of the Chief Justice of India, who had not been following the due procedure of law. The Aam Aadmi Party refrained to support that bill. Whenever it came issues such as farm laws and other issues, it was more interested for its political mileage rather than the constitutional aspect. Now it has lost all moral grounds to ask for cooperation for a problem that it is itself going through. You cannot shy away from fire in the neighborhood's home and later cry for help when it comes to yours. It has been an anarchist political party without any definite political ideology. It is an opportunist political party. And when it is trying to project it as fighter of some vague ideology, let it fight it out.
But Mr. Jindal, the same can be said by the Aam Aadmi Party as well, that this is opportunism on part of the Congress, because when it came to boycotting the inaugural ceremony, all the opposition parties, in fact, at least 20 of them were united. But when it came to supporting the Aam Aadmi Party on ordinance matter, the Congress seems to have conveniently sidetracked and not support the Aam Aadmi Party in this case. But also talk to us, about the broader spectrum of things here. Does it mean that the Congress will also not be supporting the AAP or coming out with the AAP when it comes to the 2024 elections?
See, Aam Aadmi Party needs to put its house in order, needs to come clean on what exactly is the ideology of that political party. What does it want? Look at the manner in which Aam Aadmi Party resorts to political gimmicks. The head of the party, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, goes to the Gujarat elections and claims that there is a report from Intelligence Bureau that 100% Aam Aadmi Party is coming to power. Whenever the claims that it puts forth, the kind of moral turpitude this party is spreading all across the country, this is something which is dangerous and disastrous. So first of all, Aam Aadmi Party needs to become a responsible political party, and before comparing it with Congress, for heaven's sake, please do not compare Aam Aadmi Party with that of Congress. Congress has a track record, it's a party with an ideology, it's a party with a leadership. Aam Aadmi Party is a party without any ideology, and it simply aims at scavenging political opportunism.
So, Mr. Jindal, just to sum it all, are you saying that the Congress will not be allying with the Aam Aadmi Party when it comes to forming that third front for the general elections?
See, politics depends upon a lot of factors. Presently, the manner in which Aam Aadmi Party is functioning, it is not in accordance to the principle, ethos and values on which Congress party fights elections. So Aam Aadmi Party needs to do a lot of correction and needs to undergo a lot of transformation in order to become eligible to stand with the Congress.
Okay. So Mr. Jindal, you are essentially saying that it would be, in days from now, months that we will get to know. Congress still not yet decided on whether it would be allying with the Aam Aadmi Party as well as other parties to form that third front. But let's take a word from Anuj as well, who's getting us this news break from the national capital. Anuj, any response that you've picked up from the Aam Aadmi Party on the Congress stand when it comes to the ordinance matter?
Well, as of till now, there is no response from Aam Aadmi Party. We are just waiting that what exactly is going to be the political ramification of the same and what is going to be the response of Aam Aadmi Party. Whereas, let me also tell you that Congress Party is going to come out with a press conference. What we have been told there, it is expected that they can speak about, the leadership can speak about the latest, what exactly has been decided. Let me also tell you what I'm getting through my sources at this point in time is that there in the Congress, there is some internal fighting also, some infighting also, which is going on. This is regarding the same, whether to support Aam Aadmi Party or whether to not to support Aam Aadmi Party. This is something what exactly is happening within the Congress Party, but exactly what we have been told through our sources that this has been unanimously decided rather that they are not going to support the Aam Aadmi Party, whereas there is some leadership, I am just trying to get more information on the same, who was in support to support Aam Aadmi Party. But on the other hand, let me tell you, at the time of alliance, when it happened at the time of the Delhi election, when Aam Aadmi Party was in alliance with Congress Party, there also this was the particular leadership which was against this particular alliance. But that happened at that point in time, and later we have seen what exactly has happened in the future. This is to see what exactly will be coming out in that very press conference which is lined up for the day, which is going to happen today. And if the Congress Party is going to talk about that what exactly has happened in this particular meeting, where none other but the President Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi himself was also present in that very meeting. But this exactly has been decided as of till now, what we have been told through our sources, that the Congress Party is not going to support Aam Aadmi Party. Okay. This is going to wait and watch what exactly is going to be the future course of action, because we are very much near to the parliament session also. This is going to be the monsoon session which is going to start and whether the opposition is going to show their unity, what is going to happen in 2024 election, this is all going to be to wait and watch. But at this point in time, this is major setback for Aam Aadmi Party. On the other hand, if we talk about this unity or the show of strength by the opposition, then it is also seem that this is weakened at this point in time. It is not that strong.
Yes, Anuj, it's of course being seen as a precursor to the 2024 elections also. But quickly, if you can tell us how many of these opposition parties have till now decided to support the Aam Aadmi Party, now that we are also hearing that Kejriwal would be meeting Sitaram Yechury tomorrow?
Well, that's something what we have been told. That is going to be the meeting with Sitaram Yechuri. Whereas if we talk about the earlier meetings which happened, it was Sharad Pawar, it was Uddhav Thackeray, whom with Arvind Kejriwal met. It was Mamata Banerjee. So in collective, in totality rather, we will have to wait and watch that how many total parties, if we talk about the opposition parties, are going to support Aam Aadmi Party. But being it about the Congress Party, this is going to be a setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, that Congress till now has decided that they are not going to back the Aam Aadmi Party, whereas the continuous meeting could be clearly seen. This is, as I pointed it out earlier, also Mamata Banerjee, this is Sharad Pawar, this is in pipeline, this is Sitaram Yechuri. So this is going to be all a meeting with the opposition leaders of Arvind Kejriwal, that's Delhi's Chief Minister and the Supremo and convener of Aam Aadmi Party. So this is to wait and watch for how exactly it is going to pan out. But Aam Aadmi Party don't want to leave the issue. What we have been told that they are going to make it issue in the parliament as well as outside the parliament also.
All right, we leave it at that, Anuj. So, of course, remains to be seen how this really pans out. For now, that's, of course, a setback of sorts coming in for the Aam Aadmi Party. All right, shifting focus in news that came in from Maharashtra, where Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has said that the forthcoming Bandra-Versova sea link will be named after Veer Savarkar.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde made a huge announcement. He said the upcoming Bandra-Versova sea link in the western part of Mumbai will be named after Hindutva ideologue late Veer Savarkar.
GST ಅವರು ತಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. GST ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಚರ್ಚೆಯಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಈ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ತಂದು GST ಜಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಇದೆ GST ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಆದಾಯ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ GSTಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ 5 ವರ್ಷ 14% ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಡ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿ ನಮ್ಮ GST ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು 7%, 8%, 9% ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು 14% ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಥಿಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು, ನೀತಿ ಆಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಅವರು ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 40% ಡೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಳೆದ 7 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನಮಗೆ 8 ರಿಂದ 10 ಸಾವಿರ ಕೋಟಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಡೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಆಧುನಿಕ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸಶಕ್ತ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ತಯಾರಾಗಬೇಕು, ಹೊಸ ಸವಾಲುಗಳನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಸ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಭಾಳ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾಳ ವರ್ಷ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಜಿಯವರು ಹೊಸ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀತಿಯನ್ನು ತಂದರು. ಹೊಸ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಟು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ 2ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
देखा भी, उसको अनुभव भी किया कि किस तरह से एक बड़ा परिवर्तन भारतीय संस्कृति में दिखा है. 9 साल बेमिसाल, इस पर हम पहले भी चर्चा कर चुके हैं, लेकिन सेवा, सुशासन और गरीब कल्याण के 9 साल जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का लक्ष्य है, हम सब ने देश के साथ साथ दिल्ली में भी जो अद्भुत कार्य हुए हैं, हम हृदय से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का आभार प्रकट करते हैं। दिल्ली की प्रेजेंटेशन हमने आप सबके सामने पहले की है। शिक्षा का विषय हो, स्वास्थ्य का हो, सड़कों का हो, या आवासीय योजनाओं का हो, या सौंदर्यीकरण के प्रोजेक्ट हों, जिसका जिक्र मैंने कर्तव्य पर तो उससे शुरू किया। ऐसी कई जनकारी कल्याण योजनाएं हैं जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में दिल्ली वालों को विशेष रूप से मिली हैं। आज इस पत्रकार वार्ता में माननीय सिंधिया जी की उपस्थिति के माध्यम से पूरे विश्व में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत का जो सम्मान बढ़ा है, भारत को जो स्थान मिला है, उसके लिए विशेष रूप से मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और उनकी पूरी केंद्रीय परिषद को बधाई देता हूं। हम लोगों ने वो समय भी देखा है, हम किसी की आलोचना नहीं कर रहा हूं, लेकिन सिर्फ संकेत में कह के कि पहले भी हमारे देश से प्रधानमंत्री जाते रहे हैं और विदेशों में अपनी बात रखते रहे हैं, लेकिन ऐसा दृश्य मैंने पहली बार देखा है कि श्रद्धा भाव से कोई राष्ट्राध्यक्ष आपके पैरों में झुकता है, तो वो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री का सम्मान नहीं, पूरे हिंदुस्तान वासियों का सम्मान है, पूरे भारत का सम्मान है। अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति अगर औपचारिकताएं छोड़कर गले लगा रहे हैं और आपसे ऑटोग्राफ मांग रहे हैं, तो वो आप सबका, पूरे भारतवासियों का सम्मान है। अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री बॉस कह के संबोधित कर रहे हैं, तो आप सोचिए कि पूरे भारत को कितनी गर्व की अनुभूति होती है। आज भारतीय मुद्रा में तेल भी खरीदा जाता है। दुबई में भारतीय मुद्रा में आप कुछ भी खरीद सकते हैं। ये काम एक रात के काम नहीं है। इसके पीछे की मेहनत, इसके पीछे की सोच, इसके पीछे का विजन, वो बहुत बड़ा है। और जिसका मैंने पहले जिक्र किया कि जिस संसद भवन को कल हमने उद्घाटन होते हुए देखा है, हम सबको भी मौका मिलेगा देखने का, लेकिन इतने शॉर्ट समय में इतना बेहतरीन संसद भवन बनाना, भविष्य की योजनाओं को देखते हुए बनाना, तो सही मायनों में मेरा संसद, मेरा अभिमान, मेरे देश का अभिमान है। और मैं, चूँकि पूरा विषय 9 साल की योजनाओं पर जाना है, जिसका मैंने पहले जिक्र किया कि सेवा, सुशासन और गरीब कल्याण के 9 वर्ष, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के 9 साल बेमिसाल, आज पूरे देश में इस अभियान को लेकर पत्रवार्ताएं हो रही हैं। और 30 मई से 30 जून तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का प्रत्येक कार्यकर्ता जनता के साथ मिलकर
हमारे यहाँ 6, 7 और 8 मिलियन बैरल्स रोज यूज करेंगे। हमने जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ग्रीन एनर्जी की ट्रांजिशन की है, मैं आपको ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन की बात बता दूं। आने वाले समय में पहले हमारा जो एक्सप्लोरेशन और प्रोडक्शन है, हमारी गैस पिछले साल 18% प्रोडक्शन बढ़ी, इस साल भी 18% बढ़ी, क्योंकि हमारी जनसंख्या बड़ी है और हमारी डिमांड और हमारी इकोनॉमी बहुत अच्छे तरीके से चल रही है। ये आप मान के चलिए कि अगर एनर्जी यूटिलाइजेशन लो होगी, उसका मतलब है कि आपकी रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ भी लो है। जहां पे ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन, ज्यादा ग्रोथ होगी, वहां पे एनर्जी भी लगेगी। हमारे यहाँ ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बात की थी कि ये मिशन मोड में लेंगे, हमने कैबिनेट में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने डिसीजन लिया और ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन आने वाले समय में, इंक्लूडिंग उत्तर प्रदेश में, एक ऐसी जगह है जिसके साथ मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूं, अभी मुझे लगता है बहुत जल्दी बहुत एक बड़ा स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी वहां होगी। और मैं अभी कंक्लूड करना चाहूँगा पर्सनल नोट पे, जब ये एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट बने तो ये कहा जाता था कि ये यहाँ पे जो विकास है सबसे कम हुआ है। मेरा सौभाग्य एक सोनभद्र के साथ मुझे आपने वो उसको जोड़ा, वो 112वें स्थान पे जब बिल सबसे था, अभी कभी आंकड़े आते हैं 3 नंबर पे, कभी 1 नंबर पे, 2 रुपए। ये है हमारे।
मैं मानता हूं कि महत्वपूर्ण दिवस भारत के इतिहास के लिए, जब देखा जाता है कि किसी भी देश का पथ, आकार और दिशा बनाने में कई सदियां गुजर जाती हैं, लेकिन पिछले 9 वर्षों में जो ऐतिहासिक प्रगति, ऐतिहासिक परिवर्तन प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में
विधायक और मेरे प्यारे भाई और बहनों, आज असम सहित पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट की रेल कनेक्टिविटी के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा दिन है। आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट की कनेक्टिविटी से जुड़े 3 काम एक साथ हो रहे हैं। पहला, आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट को अपनी पहली मेड इन इंडिया वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस मिल रही है। दूसरा, ये पश्चिम बंगाल को जोड़ने वाली तीसरी वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस है। दूसरा, असम और मेघालय के लगभग 425 किलोमीटर ट्रैक पर बिजलीकरण का काम पूरा हो गया है। तीसरा, लामडिंग में नवनिर्मित डेमू मेमू शेड का भी आज लोकार्पण हुआ है। मैं इन सभी प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए असम, मेघालय सहित पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट और पश्चिम बंगाल के साथियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, गुवाहाटी जलपाईगुड़ी वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन असम और पश्चिम बंगाल के बीच सदियों पुराने संबंधों को और मजबूत करेगी। इससे इस पूरे क्षेत्र में आना जाना और तेज हो जाएगा। इससे कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ने वाले युवा साथियों को सुविधा होगी और सबसे अहम बात, इससे पर्यटन और व्यापार से बनने वाले रोजगार बढ़ेंगे। ये वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस मां कामाख्या मंदिर, काजीरंगा, मानस राष्ट्रीय उद्यान, पवितरा वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी को कनेक्ट करेगी। इसके साथ साथ मेघालय के शिलोंग, चेरापूंजी और अरुणाचल प्रदेश के तवांग और पासीघाट तक भी पर्यटकों की सुविधा बढ़ जाएगी। भाई और बहनों, इसी सप्ताह केंद्र में एनडीए की सरकार के 9 साल पूरे हुए हैं। बीते 9 साल भारत के लिए अभूतपूर्व उपलब्धियों के रहे हैं, नए भारत के निर्माण के रहे हैं। कल ही देश को आजाद भारत की भव्य दिव्य आधुनिक संसद मिली है। ये भारत के हजारों वर्ष पुराने लोकतांत्रिक इतिहास को हमारे समृद्ध लोकतांत्रिक भविष्य से जोड़ने वाली संसद है। बीते 9 वर्षों की ऐसी अनेक उपलब्धियां हैं जिनके बारे में पहले कल्पना करना भी मुश्किल था। 2014 से पहले के दशक में इतिहास के घोटालों के हर रिकॉर्ड टूट गए थे। इन घोटालों ने सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान देश के गरीब का किया था, देश के ऐसे क्षेत्रों का किया था जो विकास में पीछे रह गए थे। हमारी सरकार ने सबसे ज्यादा गरीब कल्याण को प्राथमिकता दी। गरीबों के घर से लेकर महिलाओं के लिए टॉयलेट तक, पानी की पाइपलाइन से लेकर बिजली कनेक्शन तक, गैस पाइपलाइन से लेकर एम्स मेडिकल कॉलेज तक, रोड, रेल, जलमार्ग, पोर्ट, एयरपोर्ट, मोबाइल कनेक्टिविटी, हमने हर क्षेत्र में पूरी शक्ति से काम किया है। आज भारत में हो रहे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के काम की पूरी दुनिया में बहुत चर्चा हो रही है, क्योंकि यही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो जीवन आसान बनाता है। यही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो रोजगार के अवसर बनाता है। यही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तेज विकास का आधार है। यही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर गरीब, दलित, पिछड़े, आदिवासी ऐसे हर वंचित को सशक्त करता है। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सबके लिए है, समान रूप से हैं, बिना भेदभाव के हैं। और इसलिए ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर निर्माण भी एक तरह से सच्चा सामाजिक न्याय है, सच्चा सेक्युलरिज्म है। भाइयों और बहनों, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर निर्माण के इस काम का सबसे अधिक लाभ अगर किसी को हुआ है तो वो पूर्वी और उत्तर पूर्वी भारत है। अपने अतीत की नाकामियों पर पर्दा डालने के लिए कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि पहले भी तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बहुत काम हुआ था। ऐसे लोगों की सच्चाई नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोग बहुत अच्छी तरह जानते हैं। इन लोगों ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों को मूल सुविधाओं के लिए भी दशकों तक इंतजार करवाया। इस अक्षम्य अपराध का बहुत बड़ा नुकसान नॉर्थ ईस्ट ने उठाया है। जो हजारों गांव, करोड़ों परिवार 9 साल पहले तक बिजली से वंचित थे, उनमें से बहुत बड़ी संख्या नॉर्थ ईस्ट के परिवारों की थी। टेलीफोन, मोबाइल कनेक्टिविटी से वंचित हुए बड़ी आबादी नॉर्थ ईस्ट की ही थी। अच्छे रेल, रोड, एयरपोर्ट की कनेक्टिविटी का अभाव भी सबसे अधिक नॉर्थ ईस्ट में था। भाइयों और बहनों, जब सेवा भाव से काम होता है तो कैसे बदलाव आता है, इसका साक्षी नॉर्थ ईस्ट की रेल कनेक्टिविटी है। मैं जिस स्पीड, स्केल और नियत की बात करता हूं, यह उसका भी प्रमाण है। आप कल्पना कीजिए, देश में 150 वर्ष से भी पहले पहली रेल मुंबई महानगर से चली थी। उसके 3 दशक के बाद ही असम में भी पहली रेल चल चुकी थी। गुलामी के उस कालखंड में भी असम हो, त्रिपुरा हो, पश्चिम बंगाल हो, हर क्षेत्र को रेल से जोड़ा गया था। हालांकि तब जो नीयत थी वो जनहित के लिए नहीं थी। उस समय अंग्रेजों का इरादा क्या था? इस पूरे भूभाग के संसाधनों को लूटना, यहां की प्राकृतिक संपदा को लूटना। आजादी के बाद नॉर्थ ईस्ट में स्थितियां बदलनी चाहिए थी, रेलवे का विस्तार होना चाहिए था, लेकिन नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अधिकतर राज्यों को रेल से जोड़ने का काम 2024 के बाद हमें करना पड़ा। भाइयों और बहनों, आपके इस सेवक ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट के जनजीवन की संवेदना और सुविधा को सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता दी है। देश में आया यही बदलाव बीते 9 वर्षों में सबसे बड़ा और सबसे प्रखर है, जिसे नॉर्थ ईस्ट से विशेष रूप से अनुभव किया है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में पहले की तुलना में नॉर्थ ईस्ट में रेलवे के विकास के लिए बजट भी कई गुना बढ़ाया गया है। 2014 से पहले नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए रेलवे का बजट औसत बजट करीब 2,500 करोड़ रुपए का होता था। 2,500 करोड़ रुपया, 2,500। इस बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट का रेल बजट 10,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक है, यानी लगभग 4 गुना बढ़ोतरी की गई है। इस समय मणिपुर, मिजोरम, नागालैंड, मेघालय और सिक्किम की राजधानियों को बाकी देश से जोड़ने का काम भी तेज गति से चल रहा है। बहुत जल्द नॉर्थ ईस्ट की सभी राजधानियां ब्रॉडगेज नेटवर्क से जुड़ने वाली हैं। इन प्रोजेक्ट्स पर 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए का खर्च किया जा रहा है। ये दिखाता है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट की कनेक्टिविटी के लिए बीजेपी की सरकार कितनी प्रतिबद्ध है। भाई और बहनों, आज जिस स्केल के साथ, जिस स्पीड के साथ हम काम कर रहे हैं वह अभूतपूर्व है। हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट में पहले के मुकाबले 3 गुना तेजी से नई रेल लाइनें बिछाई जा रही हैं। अब नॉर्थ ईस्ट में पहले के मुकाबले 9 गुना तेजी से रेलवे लाइनों का दोहरीकरण हो रहा है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट के रेल नेटवर्क का बिजलीकरण शुरू हुआ और अब 100% लक्ष्य की तरफ तेजी से बढ़ रहा है। साथियों, ऐसी ही स्पीड और स्केल के कारण आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अनेक क्षेत्र पहली बार रेल सेवा से जुड़ रहे हैं। नागालैंड को 100 साल के बाद अपना दूसरा रेलवे स्टेशन अब मिला है। जहां कभी नैरो गेज पर धीमी रेल चलती थी, वहां अब सेमी हाई स्पीड वंदे भारत और तेजस एक्सप्रेस जैसी ट्रेनें चलने लगी हैं। आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट के पर्यटन को बढ़ावा देने के लिए रेलवे के विस्टा डोम कोच भी नया आकर्षण बन रहे हैं। भाइयों और बहनों, गति के साथ साथ भारतीय रेल आज दिलों को जोड़ने, समाज को जोड़ने और लोगों को अवसरों से जोड़ने का भी माध्यम बन रही है। आप देखिए, गुवाहाटी रेलवे स्टेशन पर भारत का पहला ट्रांसजेंडर टी स्टॉल खोला गया है। ये उन साथियों को सम्मान का जीवन देने का प्रयास है जिनकी समाज से बेहतर बर्ताव की अपेक्षा है। इसी प्रकार वन स्टेशन वन प्रोडक्ट इस योजना के तहत नॉर्थ ईस्ट के रेलवे स्टेशनों पर स्टॉल्स बनाए गए हैं। ये वोकल फॉर लोकल को बल दे रहे हैं। इससे हमारे स्थानीय कारीगर, कलाकार, शिल्पकार ऐसे साथियों को नया बाजार मिला है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट के सैकड़ों स्टेशनों पर वाईफाई की सुविधा दी गई है। संवेदनशीलता और गति के इसी संगम से ही प्रगति पथ पर नॉर्थ ईस्ट आगे बढ़ेगा। विकसित भारत के निर्माण का रास्ता सशक्त होगा। एक बार फिर आप सभी को वंदे भारत और दूसरे सभी प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
आपके आशीर्वचन के लिए धन्यवाद।
Viewers, much more coming up on the side. Union ministers to hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements in 9 years of Modi government.
Republic is #1 on television, now soon on digital this July.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous prime ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the #1 channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you the viewer have been coming back to us for our investigative reports. Our reportage from different parts of the country and the world. Our opinions on TV that make us #1. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the #1 channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been #1 for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic, #1 on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
अब डिजिटल में आ रहा है रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री जब अपना प्रेजेंटेशन प्रस्तुत कर रहे थे तो उन्होंने उस समय इस बात को बहुत अच्छे ढंग से प्रस्तुत किया था कि WHO की जो रिपोर्ट है वो क्या बताती है। स्वच्छ भारत मिशन के कारण 3 लाख लोगों की जान बची है और स्वच्छ भारत मिशन का उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर क्या परिणाम था। 2,61,00,000 गरीबों के तो शौचालय बनाए गए यूपी में, उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर, और जिसमें भारत सरकार ने पूरे देश के अंदर 11,72,00,000 शौचालय बनाए तो उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर 2,61,00,000 शौचालयों का निर्माण हुआ। 2,61,00,000 शौचालय और स्वच्छ भारत मिशन को एक जन आंदोलन का रूप लेने का परिणाम क्या था कि उत्तर प्रदेश में इंसेफ्लाइटिस की बीमारी 40 वर्ष में 50,000 से अधिक मौतें अकेले उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर हुई थी, जिसमें गोरखपुर, बस्ती कमिश्नरी, देवीपाटन कमिश्नरी ये प्रमुख रूप से इसकी चपेटे में थी। 40 वर्ष में 50,000 मौतें जिस बीमारी के कारण हुई हो, आज वह बीमारी पूरी तरह समाप्त हो चुकी है। यानी स्वच्छ भारत मिशन किस रूप में प्रभावी हुई है। इसी प्रकार से प्रदेश के अंदर हर घर नल की योजना, क्या कोई कल्पना करता था ये मिशन मोड पर भी कोई एक कार्यक्रम अभियान चलेगा जिसमें हर परिवार को शुद्ध पेयजल की आपूर्ति में सरकार योगदान दे पाएगी। पहले तो पिक एंड चूज होता था, सबके लिए योजना बन जाए, ये कल्पना थी। पिछले 9 वर्ष के अंदर 11 करोड़ घरों में नल से जल पहुंचा है और उत्तर प्रदेश में अब तक 1,18,00,000 घरों में नल से जल हम दे चुके हैं और उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर अभी युद्ध स्तर पर कार्य चल रहे हैं। लगभग हर राजस्व गांव की हमने मैपिंग कर ली है, उसकी DPR बना ली है और उन सभी, चाहे वह ग्रामीण क्षेत्र हो या शहरी क्षेत्र हो, उनमें या तो घर घर नल की योजना लागू हो चुकी है या फिर लागू करने की तैयारियां उसमें युद्ध स्तर पर चल रही हैं। प्रदेश के अंदर प्रधान
टॉयलेट्स from the time Prime Minister spoke about it on the Red Fort, and making sure that after that, that issue of women's security, safety and dignity is protected, toilets were being constructed and 11.72 crores of toilets have been already built for the sake of our people, of which 100% coverage has been achieved in rural India. Whereas it was only 13% earlier in 2013-14. Now, access to water in houses, again, 12 crore houses households have been covered with access to pure and good drinking water. You all know the story of Ujjwala. 9.6 crore families have been given free connection, and then the cylinders are being used. There are always this discussion about now when the prices have gone up, what happens? 200 rupees per cylinder, unlimited number of cylinders we are subsidizing even today. So the prices have gone up, not because we want to increase the price, it's a global fact and we are importing it. But we have made sure that 200 rupees goes to the account the moment the order for another cylinder is booked. Then this fact about which Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis Saab referred, 80 crore people for 2 full years have been given totally free grains and some quantity of pulses so that some protein is also supplied to them. And that even today when we go for international meets in the World Bank or IMF has been.
हमने राशन कार्ड जो फर्जी थे, हमने उसकी जो लोग फर्जी खाते वाले थे उनको बाहर निकाला, वो तो किया है, लेकिन मिशन सबसे बड़ा हमारे सामने क्या था? कोविड वैक्सीन। कोविड महामारी ने दुनिया के सामने बड़ा संकट खड़ा कर दिया। अब जान बचाएं कि अर्थव्यवस्था बचाएं, ये लोग कहते थे, मीडिया के मित्र भी कहते थे। मोदी जी ने गरीबों को भूखमरी से भी बचाया और महामारी से भी बचाया। 2 वैक्सीन देश में बनाई भी, 220 करोड़ वैक्सीन मुफ्त में लगाई भी, 160 देशों को वैक्सीन पहुंचाई भी, आज दुनिया के साथ वैक्सीन मैत्री निभाई भी। और सुंदर पिचई जी ने आकर कहा मुझसे जहां यहां पर कि भाई मोदी जी ने तो कमाल कर दिया, मैं तो सिलिकॉन वैली में बैठ के भी अपने सर्टिफिकेट की कॉपी जेब में लेकर चलता हूं, हार्ड कॉपी। मोदी जी ने तो कोविन ऐप पर डिजिटल कॉपी दे दी जो दुनिया के बड़े बड़े देश नहीं कर पाए। भारत की छवि कहां पहुंच गई? वैक्सीन दी भी, दवाइयां भी दी और डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट भी दिया। नेक्स्ट, अब ये बिना भेदभाव से दिया। नेक्स्ट, अब मित्रों मकान, कल रात को बारिश हुई तो आपको लगा कि बहुत अच्छा मौसम हो गया अहमदाबाद में, लेकिन जैसे ऋतुएं बदलती हैं, हिंदुस्तान में मौसम बदलता है तो कईयों की मुसीबत भी बढ़ती थी। भीषण गर्मी में लू से गरीब जलता था, शीतलहर की ठंड से ठिठुरता था, बारिश की बूंदों से उसका चूल्हा से लेके उसका बिस्तर तक गीला हो जाता था, और सर्दी में ओस की बूंद बूंद से उसको ठंड से कांपना पड़ता था। महिलाओं का सबसे बड़ा सपना एक पक्का मकान का होता था, जो कांग्रेस के समय उसमें भी कमीशन मांगी जाती थी, थोड़ा सा पैसा दिया जाता था, दीवारें खड़ी होती थी, छत पड़ती नहीं थी। मोदी जी ने 3.5 करोड़ पक्के मकान मात्र 9 साल में बनाकर दे दिए। 3.5 करोड़ पक्के मकान। गरीब
Number 1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous prime ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
Republic TV, number 1 on television, soon on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number 1 for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories, stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होम में भाग ले रहे हैं।
सर्वजनानुरंजक निखिल प्रपंच आदर्श भूत अत्युत्कृष्ट परिपालना व्यवस्था सिद्ध्यर्थम तदर्थम अस्मिन् संसद भवने योग्य निर्णय करणार्थम निर्णीतानां कार्याणां सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकं सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाद्यभिवृद्ध्यर्थम समस्ताभ्युदयार्थम संसद भवन प्रवेशांगत्वेन कृतानां सुदर्शन होम वास्तु होमादीनां अतिशय फल प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री महागणपति प्रीत्यर्थम श्री महागणपति होम पूर्णाहुतिम आचार्य मुखेन करिष्ये।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी संकल्प ले रहे हैं।
बृहदुदरमशेषं भूतिरूपं पुराणम् अमरवरसुपूज्यं रक्तवर्णं सुरेशं पशुपतिसुतमीशं विघ्नराजं नमामि। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। मनोरथान्
Republic has been #1 for the last 6 years. And in these 6 years, you've loved us, you've supported us, you've stood by us. And
अब डिजिटल में आ रहा है रिपब्लिक, रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
Much importance. 15 new aims have been built, whereas we had only 7 till 2014. 700 new medical colleges have been built, whereas we had 641 all put together till 2014. And this has resulted in 69,663 new medical seats, whereas till now, till 2014, in all put together, you had only 82,000 seats. Similar story for IITs. 16 till 2014, we've added 7 in the last 9 years. Added 7 IIMs in the last 9 years. 390 new universities in the last 9 years. So you have numbers speaking for how much for skilling and how much for higher education the government has invested, and the cost is borne by the central government because manpower comes from them, land comes from the state, and the resources are all pooled for higher education. Now this is a very important slide, considering that I've told you huge amount of fertilizers, the traditional types, are being imported even now, whereas India has done a massive progress in identifying liquid nano urea, which will be useful for us, and as a result the manufacturing plant has also been set up. And one thing I like to add here, liquid nano urea is so important from so many different aspects. Unlike the traditional fertilizer, which is thrown on the ground, sprayed like that and falls on the ground, and then you water the plant, the fertilizer and its traits go to the soil. Whereas a nano liquid fertilizer is sprayed on the leaves. So it goes to the leaves directly and not to the soil. Effectiveness of a fertilizer reaches directly to the plant rather than from the soil through the root, through the stem, and then to the branches. This actually goes to the leaf directly.
Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the #1 channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you, the viewer, have been coming back to us for our investigative reports, our reportage from different parts of the country and the world, our opinions on TV that make us #1. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the #1 channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been remain number one for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, number one on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing number one news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic, number one on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number one for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories, stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic number one on TV, now soon on digital this July. Republic TV has been number one on television for the past 6 years.
Good afternoon, it's 1 p.m. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We are tracking all the top stories this Monday afternoon, beginning first with the top headlines. Union ministers hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements in 9 years of Modi government. Nitish Kumar takes the lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna on 12th of June. In a setback to the opposition unity, Congress decides to not support the Aam Aadmi Party on ordinance matter. Complete chaos in Congress. Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement promises. Amid violence and calls for NRC in state, Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Manipur to take stock. ISRO chief announces Chandrayaan-3 will be launched in July. All right, we have a big statement that's now coming in, an announcement coming in from the ISRO chief saying that Chandrayaan-3 would be launched in the month of July. So in just a month from now, Chandrayaan-3 would be launched, and that's a statement that has now come in from the ISRO chief, the Indian Space Research Organization chief, S. Somanath. Listen in to that statement that's coming from the ISRO chief, stating that it's going to be a big launch in just a month from now.
See, lesson is simple. Lesson is very simple. Learn from the past. Do what is possible with your capacity at this moment. That's all. Failures may happen. Even now, this could have failed. No, a rocket launch is like that. There are thousands of reasons that it can fail. And if it is, if there is a system like that, fine. But we have to do what is needed to be done, so that we don't regret later. That's all. Chandrayaan, they will be launched in July. I am very confident. Thank you.
All right, let's go across to Abhishek Kapoor also. Abhishek, how much is the ISRO prepared this time around for the successful launch of Chandrayaan-3, what is being called, in just a month from now? All right, we seem to have lost that connection. We'll try and connect with Abhishek again. But remember the mission and objective of Chandrayaan 3, as mentioned on the ISRO official website, is to have a safe and soft landing on the moon, followed by a rover to conduct the in situ experiments on the moon as well. Remember, this comes after the failure of Chandrayaan 2 in 2019. Let's go back to Abhishek Kapoor. Abhishek, how do you see this big announcement coming in, and how well prepared is the ISRO this time around for Chandrayaan 3 launch in just a month from now?
In fact, the preparations are in full swing, Samiksha, and the latest development was that last week,
All right, we'll try and fix that audio again. But once again, listen into that statement that's coming from the ISRO chief on Chandrayaan 3 mission.
See, lesson is simple. Lesson is very simple. Learn from the past. Do what is possible with your capacity at this moment. That's all. Failures may happen. Even now, this could have failed. No, a rocket launch is like that. There are thousands of reasons that it can fail. And if it is, if there is a system like that, fine. But we have to do what is needed to be done, so that we don't regret later. That's all. Chandrayaan 3 will be launched in July. I am very confident. Thank you.
All right, so there you heard the ISRO chief very confident that it's going to be a stable landing on the moon this time around. Abhishek is back with us. Abhishek, tell us more how well prepared is the ISRO this time around.
Well, Samiksha, so preparations are in full swing. The information that we had is that just 2 days back, the Chandrayaan 3 craft has actually reached the spaceport, which is the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, and the launching date has now been announced by ISRO Chairman S. Somnath. And remember, we had one more attempt earlier that did not succeed, the Chandrayaan 2, which was done in 2019, and whatever lessons were there in terms of the loopholes that had to be plugged, the deficiencies that that had to be removed, that has been done. Now Chandrayaan 3 is all set to reach the dark surface of the moon. It would have a propulsion craft and an analytics robotics lab, which would soft land on the surface of the moon on the dark side and carry out whatever tasks that have been planned. Now we know that the Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft has already reached the Sriharikota Space Center, the Satish Dhawan Space Center, and this time the lander and the rover unit of Chandrayaan 3 they aim to repurpose the orbiter Chandrayaan 2 for this lunar mission. Essentially, what we are going to see is, unlike Chandrayaan 2, which would have gone around the moon's surface, this time Chandrayaan 3 would be making a soft landing, and the rover would actually spend some time carrying out the experiments. There are scientific payloads on both the lander and the rover, and it seems that we are fully prepared, and that's why this announcement is coming today.
All right. Abhishek, just a quick follow-up question. What do you think were the challenges until this announcement was made? The ISRO chief is very, very confident that this time around it's going to be a safe landing on the moon. But talk to us about the challenges that probably were in the way of the ISRO until this announcement came in by the ISRO chief.
So going by the earlier failure, Samiksha, there were two specific deficiencies that had to be addressed. One was, of course, the cryogenic stage of the spacecraft, and the second was some software glitch, because of which the Chandrayaan 2 mission had failed. There was a Vikram lander, and the guiding software had malfunctioned, which caused it to crash down on the moon's surface. I believe those two deficiencies have been taken care of, and this time the the composite spacecraft, which has a lander and a rover, apart from a propulsion module, which is going to take the spacecraft 100 kilometers close to the moon's orbit, and then try to make a soft landing. We had, remember, last time almost succeeded, but then during the descent, the Chandrayaan-2 lost control because of a software glitch, and then it crash landed. So hopefully those two issues now addressed, and the ISRO team led by Chairman S. Somnath confident of Chandrayaan-3's safe landing and the experiments on the moon's surface, and that's why the date has been announced today.
All right, Abhishek, thank you for giving us your insights. In fact, once again, listen in to the ISRO chief statement coming in on the Chandrayaan-3 mission that will happen in just a month from now.
See, lesson is simple. Lesson is very simple. Learn from the past. Do what is possible with your capacity at this moment. That's all. Failures may happen. Even now, this could have failed, A rocket launch is like that. There are thousands of reasons that it can fail. And if it is, if there is a system like that, fine. But we have to do what is needed to be done, so that we don't regret later. That's all. Chandrayaan, they will be launched in July. I am very confident. Thank you.
All right, so there you heard the ISRO chief very confident, saying that the ISRO is very sure that this time it's going to be a safe landing on the moon. Chandrayaan-3 all set to be launched for a stable landing on the moon in the month of July. Remember, this is a follow-on to the mission Chandrayaan-2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing and roving on the lunar surface. It consists of a lander and rover configuration. All right, shifting focus into news that's coming in from the national capital, where another shocking incident has now come to light, where we understand in Delhi's Shahbad area, a jilted lover stabbed to death a 16-year-old. In fact, we're given to understand a CCTV has also surfaced of this shocking murder. The alleged accused is now said to be absconding, and the search is underway to nab the accused. We'll play out that CCTV also that has now surfaced, that has captured the whole shocking incident. There you see the jilted lover who stabbed 16-year-old to death. The accused is now said to be absconding, and efforts are now underway to find this accused who stabbed a 16-year-old to death. This incident, we understand, happened in Delhi's Shahbad area, where jilted lover was seen attacking a minor girl with a sharp knife. So 16-year-old woman who was stabbed to death in Delhi's Shahbad area. The whole incident, as you can see, was captured on the CCTV as well. In fact, a statement has also come in from the Delhi police saying that the accused, who's identified as Sahil, is still absconding, and there are all efforts being made to find his location. Let's go across to Piyush Ori as well, who's getting us the details. Piyush, give us the whole timeline. What do we know about this incident? When did this happen? And what do we know about this minor who was stabbed to death by her jilted lover?
So, Samiksha, this is indeed a very shocking news that has come from the Shahbad area of the outer north area of Delhi, where the 16-year-old girl who has been identified as Sakshi was stabbed to death by her friend identified as Sahil. Now, not only this person stabbed Sakshi multiple times. In fact, what we've been told is that there were 25 stab wounds which was incurred on Sakshi, who was just 16 years old. But to make sure that Sakshi died completely, this person, Sahil, also crushed her face with a stone. So you can understand that how brutal has this death actually been. Now, what we've also been told is that the Delhi police has formed a special team to get hold of Sahil, but this entire incident being caught in CCTV just gets you know that how unsafe actually the streets of Delhi is. And in this case, this time the unfortunate victim was 16-year-old Sakshi, who was stabbed multiple times by her friend Sahil. Back to you in the studio.
All right, remains to be seen whether the police is successful to nab his location or not. For now, Piyush, thank you for getting us those details. And we continue to track the latest as far as the Rajasthan Congress crisis is concerned. The Congress High Command seems to have finally taken cognizance and is trying to assuage the concerns of both the leaders, the Chief Minister as well as a former Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Sachin Pilot. We're given to understand that an in-person meet, one-on-one meeting that would be held of Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge with Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. It's being said that it would be around 2 p.m. that a meet would be held between Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge and Ashok Gehlot. A statement that has also come in from Mallikarjun Kharge speaking about this meet that would happen today with both the leaders, Ashok Gehlot as well as Sachin Pilot.
सर राजस्थान का विवाद आज सुलझ जाएगा क्योंकि अशोक गहलोत और सचिन पायलट दोनों से आप मुलाकात करने वाले हैं, इस तरह की
हाँ करने वाले हैं। आने के बाद ही मालूम होगा कि तो डिस्कशन करेंगे, पार्टी के हित में जो कुछ बातें होगी वो चर्चा करेंगे।
राजस्थान का विवाद आज सुलझ जाएगा क्योंकि अशोक गहलोत और सचिन पायलट दोनों से आप मुलाकात करने वाले हैं, इस तरह की
हाँ करने वाले हैं। आने के बाद ही मालूम होगा कि तो डिस्कशन करेंगे, पार्टी के हित में जो कुछ बातें होगी वो चर्चा करेंगे।
All right, we'll also listen into the first statement that's coming in from Ashok Gehlot just hours ahead of that key meet that would take place of Mallikarjun Kharge with Sachin Pilot as well as Ashok Gehlot. Now remember, this meet just comes close on the heels of that ultimatum also ending that was earlier given by Sachin Pilot to meet the demands. In fact, one of the demands that was made by Sachin Pilot was to give compensation to those affected by the paper leak incident in the case, to which the Rajasthan Chief Minister had responded taking a swipe at Sachin Pilot, calling it intellectual bankruptcy on part of Sachin Pilot. In fact, let's listen into that reaction that's now coming from Ashok Gehlot on the meet that would take place in just an hour from now.
जिंदगी में सुने नहीं कभी भी कि कोई भी नेता कोई चीज़ मांगे कि मुझे मिल जाए या हाईकमांड उनको ऑफर करेगा आप कौन सा पद दोगे। ऐसा रिवाज कांग्रेस में मैंने तो जिंदगी में कभी देखा नहीं है। जितने आपके मीडिया वाले जो प्रचार करते रहते हैं, स्टोरी बनाते रहते हैं या लोग बनवाते रहते होंगे, उसमें कोई दम नहीं होता है। हाईकमांड इतनी मजबूत आज भी है, कांग्रेस पार्टी इतनी मजबूत है कि ऐसी स्थिति नहीं आई कि आप किसी को मनाने के लिए ऑफर करो, आप कौन सा पद स्वीकार करोगे। ऐसा आज तक ऐसे कभी हुआ नहीं जिंदगी में, ना कभी होगा। कांग्रेस बहुत मजबूत संगठन है आज भी, हाईकमांड बहुत मजबूत है। ना किसी कार्यकर्ता नेता की इतनी हिम्मत है वो कहे नहीं ये नहीं मैं ये लूँगा पद, ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है। ये सब स्टोरी अखबार में चलती रहती है या फिर कुछ लोग चलाते रहते हैं या स्टोरी बनवाते रहते होंगे, कोई दम नहीं है।
दिल्ली में आज की बैठक से कितनी उम्मीदें हैं आपको? आज की बैठक से कितनी उम्मीदें हैं?
आज की बैठक को लेकर देखिए बात सुनिए, एक तो अब हम लोग का आना जाना लगातार जारी रहेगा क्योंकि अब प्रधानमंत्री जी आ रहे हैं परसों जयपुर के अजमेर के अंदर आ रहे हैं, तो ये जो सिलसिला है चुनाव का बिगुल बच चुका एक प्रकार से। हमारे जो महंगाई राहत शिविर है उसको लेके प्रधानमंत्री जी और तमाम ये पार्टी लोग घबरा गए हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जी को ये ब्रीफ किया गया है कि आप बराबर आओ लगातार। मैंने सुना वो हर जिले में आ रहे हैं, इतना महत्व दे रहे हैं राजस्थान को क्योंकि उनके पास कहने को है नहीं लोकल पार्टी के पास। तो
Alright, so there you heard the first response. It's now coming from Ashok Gehlot. Let's go across to Anuj as well. Anuj, when we talk about that ultimatum that was earlier given by Sachin Pilot, is there any scope that the Rajasthan government could be paying heed to that ultimatum, the demands that were earlier made by him?
Well, as per the sources, let me tell you, this is being stated, or rather what we are learning from the Congress party, that infighting continues. As you pointed it out very rightly earlier, this was the ultimatum which was given by Sachin Pilot. And now this is the important meeting which has been called in by the top brasses in the national capital itself. This is going to be Mallikarjun Kharge, the president of the Congress party, who will be meeting Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot individually. Let me tell you that at 2 p.m. this is going to be Ashok Gehlot first, and at 2:30 this is going to be Sachin Pilot, who will be meeting Mallikarjun Kharge. But the reaction which is coming in from Ashok Gehlot, the Chief Minister, it is making it clear that the things are not concluded yet and everything is not on line when we are talking about the state of Rajasthan and the Congress party. There it has been categorically stated by Ashok Gehlot that no Karyakarta, no leader can take any position of his will. This has to be decided by the top brasses of the Congress party, and the Ala Kaman is going to decide the same. That's the line which has been taken by Ashok Gehlot. So we will wait and watch what exactly is going to happen and how it is going to pan out. But this is going to be an important meeting. Till now, Sachin Pilot is adamant that's something what we have been told. And this is going to be the discussion that what exactly is going to be the future course of action when we are talking about the upcoming election in the state of Rajasthan. This is going to be very crucial because the uniting message is going to the cadre there on the ground.
Yes.
And it is damaging Congress party to control.
Yes, Anuj, and let's see whether it's going to have the feud between the two leaders, whether it would have a spiraling effect on Rajasthan polls as well. But for now, shifting focus to more news break that's just coming in. And news coming in regarding the death penalty that was sought by the NI, the Delhi High Court that was hearing the matter has now issued a notice to separatist leader Yasin Malik. This as it was hearing a plea of the NI seeking a death penalty for separatist leader Yasin Malik. We're now given to understand that the Delhi High Court has now issued a notice over the NI plea seeking that death penalty for separatist leader Yasin Malik. Let's go across to Gursimran as well. Gursimran, take us through all those developments from the court. We understand a notice has also been issued by the Delhi High Court in relation to the NI seeking death penalty for the separatist leader.
See, Samiksha, this case pertains to the terror funding, and while arguing on the same that the Yasin Malik be given the death sentence, Solicitor General has said that there are many other cases that are pending against Yasin Malik. That includes the killing of 4 Indian Air Force personnel and also the abduction of Rabia Sayyed, the daughter of the then Home Minister Mufti Muhammad Sayyed. And in that case, 4 deadly terrorists were to be released by the Indian government under the pressure of Yasin Malik and his associates. So now notice has been issued to the Yasin Malik, and that will be served to Yasin Malik via jail superintendent of the Tihar jail, since he is undergoing his imprisonment in the Tihar jail. And for the hearing of both the cases, that is pertaining to the abduction of Rabia Sayyed as well as the killing of 4 Air Force personnel, he's appearing via digital mode only. That is virtually he's appearing in the all cases, and the next hearing is scheduled to take place in the Tada Court, Jammu, in the month of July. That is in the start of the July first week it is set to take place. But now the notice will be issued to the Yasin Malik, and now it has to be seen that what will be the reply of Yasin Malik, because the court has sought his response.
Just interrupting you for a moment, let's take a word from our senior editor Shravan also joining us. Shravan, if you can take us through the details of this notice that we understand Delhi High Court has issued in relation to the NI plea seeking death penalty against of Yasin Malik.
Well, in fact, Savisha, the details that we are picking up was that the Delhi High Court has now basically issued a notice and a sought response from Yasin Malik's counsels over the NI's plea. Now, the NI's plea essentially seeks for a death sentence for him in the Jammu and Kashmir terror funding case. Remember, about a year and a half ago, Yasin Malik was placed under arrest by the National Investigation Agency. And in that particular case, they essentially came across active involvement of Yasin Malik. In fact, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has basically argued that it is one of the rarest of rare cases where death penalty is essentially warranted. And in fact, Tushar Mehta has also argued that if this isn't rarest of rares, then any of such convicts would come face trial and plead guilty. Now, they have basically
All right, that's the latest, of course, coming in. Delhi High Court having issued a notice to Yasin Malik, who appeared virtually. As far as this particular plea is concerned, that the NI had filed seeking death penalty for the separatist leader. And with that, we slip in a very short break. Coming up on the other side, Nitish Kumar takes the lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna. And in a setback to opposition unity, Congress decides to not support AAP on ordinance.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July.
Republic TV has been #1 for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होम में भाग ले रहे हैं।
सर्वजनानुरंजक निखिल प्रपंच आदर्श भूत अत्युत्कृष्ट परिपालना व्यवस्था सिद्ध्यर्थम तदर्थम अस्मिन् संसद भवने योग्य निर्णय करणार्थम निर्णीतानां कार्याणां सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकं सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाद्यभिवृद्ध्यर्थम समस्ताभ्युदयार्थम संसद भवन प्रवेशांगत्वेन कृतानां सुदर्शन होम वास्तु होमादीनां अतिशय फल प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री महागणपति प्रीत्यर्थम श्री महागणपति होम पूर्णाहुतिम आचार्य मुखेन करिष्ये।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी संकल्प ले रहे हैं।
बृहदुदरमशेषं भूतिरूपं पुराणम् अमरवरसुपूज्यं रक्तवर्णं सुरेशं पशुपतिसुतमीशं विघ्नराजं नमामि। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। मनोरथान्
Republic has been #1 for the last 6 years, and in these 6 years you've loved us, you've supported us, you've stood by us, and we at Republic have broken the biggest news stories. We've set the nation's news agenda, and now we are ready for the big disruption on digital. Yes, so that you don't miss a moment of what's going on in the country and around the world. Republic on digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Another Pakistani drone has been shot down by BSF jawans at international border in Amritsar and recovered 2 packets of the drugs that was carried by the drone. And in fact, this drone was shot down by the BSF last night when the interception has been heard by the BSF jawans on the patrolling, and in fact immediately they opened the fire. And even the most important point is that this is the 3rd interception in the last 24 hours at international border in Amritsar itself. In first interception, the drone has been shot down and recovered 3 packets, and 1 person has been arrested who's supposed to receive the consignment of the drugs sent from the Pakistan. And in fact, another day, another night, another drone sent by the Pakistani drug smugglers has been shot down by BSF jawans. So 3 interceptions in last 24 hours, and even in the Amritsar sector. And activities in the Amritsar sector has been escalated by the BSF, and the patrolling has also been escalated just because every second day the Pakistanis are sending the drones and sending the drugs consignments that has been foiled by the BSF jawans.
Republic is #1 on television, now soon on digital this July.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous prime ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the #1 channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you, the viewer, have been coming back to us for our investigative reports, our reportage from different parts of the country and the world, our opinions on TV that make us #1. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the #1 channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been #1 for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views, and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now coming.
पहली बार रिपब्लिक का डिजिटल अवतार, रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
All right, let's take a look at the top headlines at 1:30. Union ministers hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements in 9 years of Modi government. Nitish Kumar takes a lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna on 12th June. In a setback to the opposition unity, Congress now decides to not support the Aam Aadmi Party on ordinance matter. Complete chaos in the Congress. Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement promises in its manifesto. ISRO chief announces Chandrayaan 3 would be launched in the month of July. All right, we now move on to the big news break that came in on the notice that has now been sent by the Delhi High Court to Yasin Malik, who's been serving a life sentence. Now, remember, the NI had filed a plea seeking death penalty for Yasin Malik, the separatist leader. So, a response that's now sought from the separatist leader, this after the NI had sought a death penalty for Yasin Malik. We're given to understand that the notice would be sent to Yasin Malik through Tihar jail superintendent as per the court. Let's go across to Gursimran. Gursimran, take us through the details of this notice, which we understand has now been issued by the Delhi High Court to separatist leader.
See, Samiksha, the details that Akhilesh and some of our breaking out for us that now notice has been issued to Yasin Malik with respect to the plea that was filed by the National Investigation Agency against the life imprisonment that was given to Yasin Malik, and they have sought death sentence, terming it as rare of the rarest case, because we have seen that the crimes that he has committed when it comes to Yasin Malik, not only he was restricted to the terror funding, but also radicalizing the youth of Kashmir to pick up the arms to promote separatism in the Kashmir Valley, as well as to carry out the killings of 4 Indian Air Force personnel, as well as the abduction of the daughter of the then Home Minister Mufti Muhammad Sayyid Rabia Sayyid, when in exchange for the terrorists were to be released by the union government at that given time. And now, since the NIA has sought the death sentence, the court has issued some notice to Yasin Malik, and he has been asked to appear in person on August of 9, for which the production warrant will be issued by the court as well. But this is very important that the court has acted on the plea that was filed by the National Investigation Agency, and NIA in its plea has specifically made mention of the terror acts. Other than the terror funding, that how he was involved in the killing of 4 Indian Air Force personnel, how he was involved in the abduction of Rabia Sayyid, which has led to the release of 4 dreaded terrorists at that given time. So it was all his conspiracy that Yasin Malik has hatched at that given time, so as to help the Pakistan and the Pakistan agency ISI to carry out the act of terror, and also to propagate their propaganda in the Kashmir Valley as well as in other parts of the India. NIA has specifically made a mention of Yasin Malik attempting to wage a war against the Union of India, and under the section 121 of the IPC, he can be hanged as per the Indian Penal Code. So this is what the NIA has sought the directions, the order from the court, and the court has now issued a notice to Yasin Malik.
All right, Gursimran, thank you for those details. So, a notice that has been issued by the Delhi High Court. This, of course, as separatist leader Yasin Malik serves a life sentence in the jail.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
All right, a quick roundup of news in brief. ISRO's GSLV rocket carrying navigation satellite NVS-01 lifted off from the spaceport. ISRO aims to augment continuity of the navigation with Indian constellation services with the launch of the satellite. Indian Air Force Apache helicopter made an emergency landing in the Sindh River area near Jakhnoli village in MP's Bhind. Delhi High Court has dismissed a plea challenging notifications enabling exchange of 2,000 currency notes without any requisition slip and ID proof. Prime Minister Modi congratulated Turkey President Erdogan on his re-election, expressing confidence that bilateral ties between the two countries and global issues will continue to grow. Ace wrestler Bajrang Punia and former Kerala Director General of Police NC Asthana engaged in a heated online spur after the latter warned that if required, the cops will resort to firing bullets on the protesting grapplers. Meanwhile, Section 144, which prohibits a gathering of more than 4 to 5 people, is in place at Jantar Mantar, the site where the wrestlers staged a sit-in protest. The Delhi police also dismantled their makeshift camp while the grapplers were staging a march to the new parliament. Meanwhile, violence continued in conflict-affected Manipur a day after sudden spurt in clashes and firing between Terrorists and security forces officials have stated that the death toll from clashes a day before rose to 5 as 3 more people who were undergoing treatment in hospitals succumbed to injuries. At least 7 students were killed and 6 others were left injured after the road accident in Assam's Guwahati. According to police, the 4-wheeler which was coming from the Azara area crossed over the divider and crashed into a goods carrier vehicle on the opposite lane. A delegation led by Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge will be calling on President Draupadi Murmu regarding the situation in the state. The Congress launched a scathing attack on Prime Minister over the recent violence in Manipur. Meanwhile, President Draupadi Murmu administered oath of office to Praveen Kumar Srivastava as Central Vigilance Commissioner at Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi. Amid violence and calls for NRC in state, Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Manipur to take stock. ISRO chief announces Chandrayaan 3 will be launched in the month of July.
For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July. Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July.
Republic TV has been #1 for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होम में भाग ले रहे हैं।
सर्वजनानुरंजक निखिल प्रपंच आदर्श भूत अत्युत्कृष्ट परिपालना व्यवस्था सिद्ध्यर्थम तदर्थम अस्मिन् संसद भवने योग्य निर्णय करणार्थम निर्णीतानां कार्याणां सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकं सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाद्यभिवृद्ध्यर्थम समस्ताभ्युदयार्थम संसद भवन प्रवेशांगत्वेन कृतानां सुदर्शन होम वास्तु होमादीनां अतिशय फल प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री महागणपति प्रीत्यर्थम श्री महागणपति होम पूर्णाहुतिम आचार्य मुखेन करिष्ये। ये
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी संकल्प ले रहे हैं।
बृहदुदरमशेषं भूतिरूपं पुराणम् अमरवर सुपूज्यं रक्तवर्णं सुरेशं पशुपतिसुतमीशं विघ्नराजं नमामि। श्री महागणपतये नमः। मनोरथान्
Republic has been #1 for the last 6 years, and in these 6 years you've loved us, you've supported us, you've stood by us, and we at Republic have broken the biggest news stories. We've set the nation's news agenda, and now we are ready for the big disruption on digital. Yes, so that you don't miss a moment of what's going on in the country and around the world. Republic on digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
For 6 years, years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July.
पहली बार रिपब्लिक का डिजिटल अवतार, रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
Viewers are live, we're breaking this Monday and we're getting some details come in. A big breaking update which came in. While the Bihar CM Nitish is on his mission to unite the opposition, Congress has dumped the Aam Aadmi Party on the matter of ordinance. Remember, Kejriwal has been meeting the opposition party leaders seeking their support on the ordinance issue. Meanwhile, Nitish is taking the lead and is all set to host a meeting of opposition leaders in June. So we are seeing it's a big setback coming for the Aam Aadmi Party. Congress party has decided not to support Arvind Kejriwal-led party in Rajya Sabha against the ordinance passed by the BJP-led central government on the control of services in the national capital. We have been seeing, viewers, how Arvind Kejriwal is going from one opposition leader to the next opposition leader, trying to muster support from them. So he's already met Nitish Kumar, he's already met Sharad Pawar, he's already met Mamata Banerjee, he's already met Uddhav Thackeray. But what we are seeing, the Congress will not support Aam Aadmi Party on the ordinance. The Aam Aadmi Party loses Congress support in the Rajya Sabha. That's what we are learning right now, viewers. Getting these details coming in right now. Like we just told you, West Bengal CM, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have showcased their unity against the BJP-led central government by boycotting the inauguration ceremony of the new parliament by PM Modi. But at the same time, we are seeing the cracks within the so-called opposition unity. Let's go ahead and play out these reactions coming in on this big developing story.
मेरा चाहना या नहीं चाहना, मैं कांग्रेस पार्टी का अध्यक्ष हूं। जो मेरी व्यक्तिगत राय थी वो मैंने अंदर कमरे में मेरी कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष को दे दी है और राहुल गांधी जी को दी है। अंतिम निर्णय हमने सबने ये कहा कि फैसला आपके ऊपर है, हम अपनी राय दे चलेंगे।
देखिए, एक बात आप समझ लीजिए कि विचारिक मतभेद जहां हो वहां अलायंस नहीं होती, गुरु, समझे नहीं? तो इस बात पे मैं बहुत साफ हूं कि मेरी लड़ाई सत्य के पथ की है। जहां द्वंद्व होता है मैं सत्य के रास्ते पे चढ़ता हूं और वहीं चलता हूं। When in doubt, I walk straight and I do not compromise on moral values. आज moral values जो हैं, they are at the lowest ebb because democratic values have been dismantled. जब कोई 323 में 10 महीने अंदर जाता है तो वो उन संस्थाओं को ऑनर कर रहा है, लेकिन आज तक 72 साल में कोई हफ्ता भी नहीं गया। जब कोई एमपी डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया जाता है सच बोलने के लिए, ठीक है कि नहीं, तो वो भी संविधान की लड़ाई है भाई, तो उसमें किसी की परमिशन नहीं चाहिए। तो मैं जो अनुशासन पालेगा वही शासन पालेगा। अनुशासन से बाहर नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन अपनी रूह की आवाज मैं दुनिया तक जरूर पहुंचाऊंगा। धन्यवाद।
All right, viewers, so reactions coming in. Let's go to Anuj, who's joining us live from New Delhi. Now, New Delhi is witnessing many developments, Anuj, especially when it comes to what's happening in the Congress. On one hand, there's a meeting with Sachin Pilot and Gehlot with the High Command, and right now we're seeing a big crack, it looks like. Why does the Congress not want to support Aam Aadmi Party in the ordinance? Have they said something about it? What's the reasoning, Anuj?
Well, what we have been told that the Congress party leadership unanimously has reached to this particular point, like the majority, I would say, has reached to the point that they are not willing to go with Aam Aadmi Party. Let me also remind you that earlier what we have witnessed at the time of the parliament, or being it at the multiple occasions, like when it was about the inauguration of the new parliament building, then the opposition tried to show their unity. We have seen it on the matter of the Adani, when this was uproar in the parliament in both the houses, where the opposition party continues tried to show their unity. There was the march from parliament to Vijay Chowk. Several marches we have seen inside the parliament toward the Gandhi statue. Several protests was witnessed. But at this point in time, this is the setback for Aam Aadmi Party, when the opposition unity could not be seen, and Congress party has decided to not to go with Aam Aadmi Party, or not to support Aam Aadmi Party. Whereas Arvind Kejriwal been meeting.
Anuj, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I just want to go across to Tom Vadakan of the BJP, who's joining us on the phone line. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Vadakan. Your first reaction coming in. What do you think this really means? On one hand, we are seeing the opposition trying to stitch together a strong front, but on the other hand, why do you think Congress is not supporting the Aam Aadmi Party on the ordinance?
This was logical and would have happened anyway, because Aam Aadmi Party was eating into their vote share, and the plight of the Congress has a lot to do with the Aam Aadmi Party. So it was natural that they would think logically and take a decision. So whatever they have done. But then this is a big blow for Aam Aadmi's All India darshan of meeting political leaders across the board. And I think it will be a big blow for Kejriwal and Sheesh Mahal Sheesh Mahal team.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tom Vadakan, for joining us on the phone line. Tom Vadakan, BJP spokesperson, on what really is happening here. Now we are seeing the Congress really not giving any support to the Aam Aadmi Party, and this is a very big setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, also raising questions on so-called opposition unity. Taking a very short break on India's #1 news channel, Republic TV. Coming up on the other side, we are seeing the Aam Aadmi Party losing Congress support on the ordinance. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July. #1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the #1 channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you, the viewer, have been coming back to us for our investigative reports, our reportage from different parts of the country and the world, our opinions on TV that make us #1. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the #1 channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been #1 for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, #1 on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Number 1 on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number 1 for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories, stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic number 1 on TV, now soon on digital this July. Republic TV has been number 1 on television for the past 6 years. We broke the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered. We disrupted broadcast news television in India, and now we are all set to go digital. Republic on digital this July.
पहली बार डिजिटल में आ रहा है रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
Viewers, we're live and breaking. A short while back, Maharashtra CM has announced to name the Bandra-Versova sea link over Veer Savarkar. Here's a full report on what can be expected.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde made a huge announcement. He said the upcoming Bandra-Versova sea link in the western part of Mumbai will be named after Hindutva ideologue late Veer Savarkar. He also added that a state-level gallantry award on the lines of the one given by the centre will also be named after him.
आज के स्वतंत्र वीर सावरकर जयंती के औचित्य पे और आज शासन ने स्वतंत्र वीर सावरकर वांद्रे वर्सोवा के समुद्र सेतु का नामकरण करने का भी निर्णय लिया है। विविध क्षेत्रों में जो उल्लेखनीय कार्य करने वाले लोग हैं उनको स्वतंत्र वीर सावरकर वीरता पुरस्कार देने का भी निर्णय लिया है।
Speaking in New Delhi on the birth anniversary of Savarkar, the CM said some people were deliberately maligning the former for their gains. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. Complete chaos in the Congress. Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement promises. Plus, ISRO chief announces Chandrayaan 3 will be launched in July. Stay tuned.
Number 1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, number 1 on television, soon on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number 1 for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories, stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होम में भाग ले रहे हैं।
सर्वजनानुरंजक निखिल प्रपंच आदर्शभूत अत्युत्कृष्ट परिपालना व्यवस्था सिद्ध्यर्थम तदर्थम अस्मिन् संसद भवने योग्य निर्णय करणार्थम निर्णीतानां कार्याणां सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकं सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाद्यभिवृद्ध्यर्थम समस्ताभ्युदयार्थम संसद भवन प्रवेशांगत्वेन कृतानां सुदर्शन होम वास्तु होमादीनां अतिशय फल प्राप्त्यर्थम सिद्ध्यर्थम श्री महागणपति प्रीत्यर्थम श्री महागणपति होम पूर्णाहुतिम आचार्य मुखेन करिष्ये।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अभी संकल्प ले रहे हैं।
बृहदुदरमशेषं भूतिरूपं पुराणम् अमरवरसुपूज्यं रक्तवर्णं सुरेशं पशुपतिसुतमीशं विघ्नराजं नमामि। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। मनोरथान्
Republic has been #1 for the last 6 years. And in these 6 years, you've loved us, you've supported us, you've stood by us. And we at Republic have broken the biggest news stories. We've set the nation's news agenda. And now we are ready for the big disruption on digital. Yes, so that you don't miss a moment of what's going on in the country and around the world. Republic on Digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
पहली बार रिपब्लिक डिजिटल में आ रहा है रिपब्लिक डिजिटल रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट।
Union ministers hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements in 9 years of Modi government. Nitish Kumar takes a lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna on June 12th. In a setback to opposition unity, Congress decides to not support Aam Aadmi Party on ordinance. Complete chaos in Congress. Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement promises. Amid violence and calls for NRC in state, Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Manipur to take stock. ISRO chief announces Chandrayaan-3 will be launched in July. And a big story that we're tracking at this hour. In Delhi's Shaba Dairy area, a children lover stabbed to death a 16-year-old. The murder was captured on CCTV. The initial investigation has shown that the girl received a 40 stab wounds. The alleged accused, Sahil, is absconding and search is underway to nab him. In fact, the CCTV footage is very, very shocking, which shows this man stabbing the 16-year-old multiple times. There are people who are just walking by and not intervening. They're just walking by as they witness this gruesome crime in the national capital. The accused, who's been identified as a person named Sahil, is still absconding. We have a response coming in from the Delhi police. Let's listen in.
एक हत्या का मामला कल शाबा डेयरी में रिपोर्ट हुआ था। वो भी हमारा जो केस है वो एक्टिव इन्वेस्टिगेशन में है। उसमें मल्टीपल टीम्स हैं, वह बन गई हैं और इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरे फुल स्विंग पर चल रहा है और एक्यूज्ड है उसको भी आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया गया है और जल्द ही हम उसको गिरफ्तार करने में कामयाब होंगे। अभी एक्टिव इन्वेस्टिगेशन में और इसके ऊपर अभी कमेंट करना उचित नहीं होगा, तो यही कह सकते हैं कि ये अभी एक्यूज आइडेंटिफाइड है और उसको अरेस्ट भी हम जल्दी करेंगे।
We have Piyush Ori joining us live from the national capital. Piyush, what are the details that you're gathering as far as the investigation is concerned? Where has the search for this accused led?
So what I can just tell you is that the details which we are getting has been actually very shocking, to say the least. This girl who was stabbed multiple times, in fact what it has been said is that she was stabbed more than 25 times, has been identified as 16-year-old Sakshi. Now she was stabbed apparently by a person named as Sahil, that has been identified but has still not been caught by the Delhi police. He is still now absconding. And what has been even more shocking is that not only was Sakshi stabbed several times, but in order to make sure that she died on the spot and her face was also defaced, Sahil also crushed her face with the huge stone. So yes, some very shocking, some very gory details have come forward, and now the Delhi police is trying its best to get hold of Sahil.
Piyush,
Back to the studio.
as you get us the investigation details, what we cannot ignore is that there is a political fight also breaking out in the sidelines, and it's very shameful that this political fight has broken out on such a gruesome murder. We have Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal just putting out a tweet, and I'm going to read the English translation of the tweet that he's put out. He's saying, a minor girl is brutally murdered openly in Delhi. This is very sad and unfortunate. The criminals have become fearless. There is no fear of the police. He's also saying, LG sir, law and order is your responsibility. Do something. The safety of the people of Delhi is of paramount importance. This is a tweet that is coming in from the Delhi Chief Minister. As Piyush gets us more details on the investigation front, we have Brinda Adige, the activist, joining us on the phone line. Brinda Adige, you've seen this video that is playing out on the screens right now. It's extremely shocking. What's even more shocking is that this man who's been identified as Sahil is stabbing the girl multiple times, and there are people just passing by, not intervening as this man goes on a stabbing spree. Your response as you see, your first response as you see this gruesome act of murder taking place on camera.
This is horrendous. Horrendous because this man is doing this with such impunity, and people around, the bystanders, are doing nothing. Are they scared of this person, or they think that there is no value to be attached to the life of that young girl? Absolutely outrageous that in a country like India, where we continuously talk about protection of women, safety of women and children, we have the public that is such a mute puppet doing nothing. I am so angry. And the Delhi Chief Minister can tweet all he wants about fear of law, no fear of law. But boss, you are the Chief Minister over there. What are you doing? Why isn't the police listening to anything that is to be done? You cannot wash off your hands because you are the Chief Minister of that union territory. And women and minors are the ones to be protected first. Irrespective of what your political agenda might be, this is what you got voted into power for. If they are not safe, and if murderers like this man, incorrigible murderer, if he can go around doing something like this, which means he's not afraid of anybody. He's not afraid of any police. He's not afraid of anything. And you have to direct the police now to identify this man, arrest him, and ensure that there is nothing short of capital punishment for this fellow.
Thank you very much, Brinda Adige.
Chief Minister.
Yes, thank you very much, Brinda Adige, for joining us on the phone line. Just the law and order there in New Delhi completely in question there, and this video has sent shockwaves across the country. Not just because of the kind of crime that is being committed, but also the kind of attitude that people are showing with just walking away while this crime is taking place in full public view. We have multiple responses coming in on this big news development. Let's listen in.
मैं दिल्ली महिला आयोग की अध्यक्ष हूँ कई सालों से, पर मैंने इतना डराने वाला केस शायद ही कभी देखा है। एक 16 साल की लड़की, उसको सड़क पर, बीच सड़क पे सब लोगों के सामने 40 से 50 बार चाकू से मारा गया और उसके बाद ईंट मार मार कर उसकी हत्या कर दी गई। कितना बेरहमी से उसको मारा गया, ये सारा का सारा सीसीटीवी वीडियो फुटेज में कैप्चर हुआ है। और उस वीडियो में ये भी दिख रहा है कि जब वो लड़की चीख रही है, चिल्ला रही है, तो कई सारे आदमी और महिलाएं सड़क के पास से गुजर रहे हैं और कोई पलट के भी नहीं देख रहा। तो दिल्ली एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा असुरक्षित जगह है महिलाओं के लिए और बच्चियों के लिए, और साथ में दिल्ली बहुत असंवेदनशील भी हो गई है। ये क्यों हो रहा है? मैं ये मानती हूँ कि आज दिल्ली में किसी को डर नहीं लगता। लोगों को लगता है कि वो किसी भी महिला के खिलाफ, किसी भी बच्ची के खिलाफ कुछ भी कर देंगे, घिनौना से घिनौना अपराध कर देंगे, और कानून व्यवस्था और दिल्ली पुलिस उनका कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ पाएगी। इसको बदलने की ज़रूरत है। मेरी केंद्र सरकार से अपील है, तुरंत एक हाई लेवल कमेटी की मीटिंग बुलाए जिसमें देश के होम मिनिस्टर हों, क्योंकि दिल्ली पुलिस सीधे सीधे उन्हें रिपोर्ट करती है। एलजी साहब हो, मुख्यमंत्री हो, दिल्ली पुलिस कमिश्नर हो और दिल्ली महिला आयोग की अध्यक्ष हो। हर दिन दिल्ली महिला आयोग के पास कम से कम 6 रेप केसेस आ रहे हैं। लड़कियों को बुरी तरीके से मारा जा रहा है, और ये कब तक चलता रहेगा? अगर अब कुछ नहीं करा गया तो लड़कियां ऐसे ही मरती रहेंगी।
We have Advaita Kala joining us on the phone line right now. Advaita Kala, you must have seen this video, a very horrific video that is coming in from the national capital, which shows this man walking towards a girl, stabbing her multiple times, not just stabbing her, crushing her head with a stone as well, throwing a stone at her, a big boulder on her head. What we can also see is that at least 7 people were seen in this video just walking by, not intervening, not stopping this crime. You know, as a citizen of Delhi, what is your first response as you see this video?
No, absolutely. One is appalled by the apathy of people who are on the street. I think that's the one thing that really stands out, because there is this mahal, so to speak, of violence against women. And the issue is that when we are present and in a position to intervene, I'm just appalled that there is not a single good Samaritan in this video who would have stopped this heinous crime, which was playing out in full public view. It's absolutely horrific. I think that's really the first sentiment that comes to mind. And then, of course, the next step is, what are we going to do about this? What was this exact case? Were they known to each other? Was this a random stranger crime? Who was this person? Who was the victim? Did she complain earlier about harassment? What are the facts of this case? Because this is something which is just horrific. And I'm watching the video as I speak to you, and the way he picks up that boulder, he had every instinct and desire to finish her. And I think this is just appalling.
Advaita Kala, this is not the first time we see such an instance taking place in the national capital. You know, a few months back, in fact, on New Year's Eve, we also had the case of Anjali, who was dragged and killed. You know, what would be your message to the Delhi police and to the administration to the police force, as well as to the government, to the MHA, you know, who are looking after the law and order situation in the national capital?
You know, this has been happening regularly for years. About a decade ago, if you recall, it was a member of your fraternity, a young journalist who was returning from work and was shot dead. Okay, a few years back, it was a girl who was on the walkway going to college and was stabbed. So these kind of public acts of violence is something that we have seen over the years with alarming regularity in the national capital. There is a lack of fear amongst these people, and I think it's extremely important. Now, we understand the police cannot be everywhere in every situation, but the important thing is that the lack of fear and impunity with which these acts of violence are carried out against women reflects on the policing of the city. You cannot get away from that. The fact that there isn't any fear and people think they can get away with this. And that to me is hugely problematic. And like I mentioned, seeing that this has been going on for years and years, there doesn't seem to be an end in sight.
Thank you very much, Advaita Kala, for joining us on the phone line and giving us your first response on this. We will try to get more activists and more voices on this, as this video has completely shocked everybody in the country. A murder in full public view. In fact, this took place in the Shahbaz Dairy area of New Delhi at 9:15 p.m. last night is what we are getting to know. It's been over 18 hours since this murder took place. The murderer has been caught on camera. The murderer, who's been identified as Sahil, is still absconding, and questions are being raised against the Delhi police on the kind of investigation that is taking place, the kind of security for women there in the national capital. Piyush continues to join us live on this broadcast. Okay, we will try to get Piyush. But before that, let's also listen into some more political responses that have been coming in on this murder.
को देश के संविधान ने 3 जिम्मेदारियां दी हैं: पुलिस, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर और लैंड। आज दिल्ली में बिगड़ती हुई पुलिस की, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की, सिक्योरिटी की जो समस्या है, मैं आपसे एक महिला होने के नाते, एक चुनी हुई प्रतिनिधि होने के नाते आज आपसे ये अपील करना चाहूंगी कि जो आप 24 घंटे लगाते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के काम को रोकने में, आप उसमें से आधा समय तो दिल्ली की महिलाओं को सुरक्षा देने में लगाइए। अगर आप दिल्ली की महिलाओं को सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकते तो आप एक संवैधानिक पद पे बैठे क्यों हुए हैं? जब आपका काम है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की व्यवस्था को देखना, जब आपका काम है पुलिस की व्यवस्था को देखना, और दिन दहाड़े किसी महिला का मर्डर हो जाता,
rage in the society. So though it's not typically a police kind of a police topic, but we see that there is an increasing rage in the society and people are resorting to violence at petty issues as well. We have seen rise in road rage. So I think it is all interconnected with how the society is progressing.
Last question to you. How do you see investigating it further? How many teams have been formed? And is there a target that has been set by Delhi police to nab the accused and to get into the depth of the case?
See, when we are investigating, it is not target based. Multiple teams are there and we are exploring all the facets of the case.
ये गई हुई है, जैसे ही वो पकड़ में आता है आगे कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
उसके पिता से क्या बातचीत हुई है? किसी बात को लेकर?
हाँ, अभी तो वही लग रहा है। बाकी वही मैंने जैसे कि अभी इनको कहा कि once he is not arrested, till he is not arrested, we will not have all the details and till then it is premature to comment on anything.
साहिल के परिवार से आपकी बात हुई होगी, उनका क्या आरोप है? क्या पहले एक दूसरे को जानते थे, बात करते?
Right now, I don't want to comment on anything. Once our investigation has to be completed, we should have all the facts, which should be cross-verified.
साहिल के पिता क्या मदद कर रहे हैं जांच में?
Yes, they are cooperating.
तो उनको वो आपके पास है, साहिल के पिता?
I am again repeating that I can't comment on these things. I am not at liberty to divulge all the details. Let us arrest the accused first and do the investigation in a proper way. Then we will give all the details.
कब तक गिरफ्तारी संभव है?
सर, कब तक गिरफ्तारी हो पाएगी? कितनी टीमें बनाई गई हैं?
हमने कितनी टीम्स बनाई गई हैं? कितनी टीम बनाई गई हैं? वारदात को अंजाम दिया गया। तो क्या कहेंगे, क्या किस तरीके का काम ये साहिल करता है? क्या इसकी पहले भी
अभी तक अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन, अभी तक हमारे पास ऐसा कोई ऑन रिकॉर्ड उसका इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं आया है, बट जब भी वो अरेस्ट होगा, उसका जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन आगे प्रोसीड करेगी, वी विल गिव ऑल द डिटेल्स।
क्या उम्र है? 20 साल।
क्या पता चल पाया किस बात को लेकर झगड़ा हुआ था कि इतना एग्रेसिव हो गया?
क्या लग रहा है? क्या साक्षी के परिवार ने पहले कभी कोई शिकायत की थी? साक्षी के परिवार ने?
नो सच कंप्लेंट।
जिस तरीके से तस्वीरें लग रहा है कि हत्या को ही अंजाम देने के मकसद से आया था, कहां से चाकू लिया, क्या जानकारी मिल पा रही है?
अभी तो वो मिलेगा तभी तो बता पाएंगे। मैं वही बोल रहा था कि वो मिलेगा तभी सारी डिटेल्स।
कितनी टीमें बनाई गई हैं सर पुलिस की?
अभी हम लोग ने इसके ऊपर 6 टीम्स बनाई हुई हैं एंड वी आर सेंडिंग द टीम्स इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शंस एंड वी आर ऑन इट।
सर, परिवार ने कुछ बताया साक्षी के कि पहले कभी झगड़ा हुआ था, इनका क्या वजह हो पाई, कब से दोस्ती थी?
नहीं, अभी ऐसा कुछ भी हमारे पास।
साहिल करता क्या है सर?
वो अभी हम आपको बताएंगे बाद में। ही इज सब मैनुअल लेबर ही कुछ है यहाँ पे। नो नथिंग।
राजा सर, ये क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड,
कई लड़कों को यहाँ से दिल्ली पुलिस ने उठाया सुबह।
अभी देखिए जांच की बात है, उसके अंदर जो भी जानकारी, जो हमें क्लू दे पाएगा, जो उसको जानकारी होगी, उसको तो इसको ऐसा नहीं कह सकते वो उठाया है। वी आर जस्ट यूजिंग द रिसोर्सेज उनके इन्फॉर्मेशन लेने के लिए।
सर, एक सवाल और बड़ा जरूरी सर, लोग भी मौजूद थे, कोई हिम्मत करता तो शायद वारदात रुक जाती है, आपको ऐसा लगता है?
वो तो आपको कैमरे में दिख ही रहा है। आई डोंट वांट टू कमेंट अपॉन दैट, दैट इज अ बिगर क्वेश्चन।
आप सर एडिशनल डीसीपी हैं?
यस।
तो राजा भाटिया जी है, प्राची आपने
हमारे पास डिटेल्स नहीं होंगे।
काफी लोग गुजर रहे थे, सीसीटीवी में देखा, क्या किसी ने बचाने की कोशिश नहीं की?
नहीं, वो तो आपने कैमरे में देखा ना खुद में।
साहिल का बैकग्राउंड क्या है, कुछ जानकारी? क्योंकि जिस तरीके से माते जैसा लगे खूंखार अपराधी है, इस तरीके से
अभी ऐसा कुछ भी ऑन रिकॉर्ड नहीं है जी। नहीं, प्लानिंग वी कैन नॉट डाइवर्ज ना, बिकॉज दैट इज अ सीक्रेट थिंग। वी हैव टू अरेस्ट हिम फर्स्ट, आफ्टर दैट वी विल गिव ऑल द डिटेल्स। दैट इज आवर compulsion, please understand.
दोनों आपस में जानते थे काफी समय से, बता दें।
Yes, they were friends. अब कितने टाइम से जानते थे नहीं जानते थे वो तो जब एक जो विक्टिम है शी इज ऑलरेडी डेड, हमसे अक्यूज्ड इज अरेस्टेड, देन ओनली वी विल बी एबल टू नो.
बिल्कुल आउटर नॉर्थ जिला के
ही इज इन दिस लोकेलिटी ओनली. जी
अभी तक इसमें किसी को गिरफ्तार किया गया है सर? अभी तक
नहीं, उसमें एक ही अक्यूज है, उसको पकड़ने के लिए टीम्स रेड पे गई हुई हैं. सो अभी तक तो गिरफ्तारी नहीं हुई है, बट यस डेफिनेटली वी आर ऑन इट. हम लोग रात से ही इस पे लगे हुए हैं एंड वी आर डेफिनेटली वर्किंग ऑन इट. वी आर यूजिंग ऑल पॉसिबल साइंटिफिक मेथड्स टू ट्रेस द अक्यूज.
सर ये बताया गया कि लड़की यहीं पर वॉशरूम करने के लिए आई थी, तो क्या लगता
नहीं, ऑल दिस इज अभी तो ये सारी चीज़ें ना बातें हैं, कोई इसका कंक्रीट नहीं क्यों आई थी, किस लिए आई थी, तो ये अभी तक तो सिर्फ वो है कि हाँ जिस कहा कहीं सुनी बातें हैं, मेरा कहना है. तो जब सारा कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तब हम आपको डेफिनेटली बारीकी से सारी डिटेल्स देंगे. देन ओनली इट इज़ बेटर टू कमेंट ऑन ऑल द एस्पेक्ट्स.
सर जो वीडियो आपने देखा है काफी ब्रूटली उसको किया गया है, क्या हालत रही बॉडी की, अगर डॉक्टर्स ने देखा क्या बताएंगे?
अभी वो तो ब्रॉड डेड ही थी वहाँ पे, अभी उसका पोस्टमार्टम वगैरह होगा, उसी में पता चलेगा क्या क्या इंजरीज हैं. इंजरीज तो काफ़ी हैं एज यू योरसेल्फ हैज सीन इन द वीडियो. So let us see. We will give you all the details in due course.
बात क्या है, क्या कितना खतरनाक है?
It is multiple times. It must be more than 20 times, I assume.
क्या बॉडी की ऐसी हालत है कि अंतिम संस्कार किया जा सकेगा?
हाँ, वो तो होगा ही, डेफिनेटली होगा ही. ठीक.
कब तक आप बॉडी सौंपेंगे परिवार को ऐसा?
So at right now we are still in contact with the hospital authorities. Let us see. Okay, thank you.
So there we had a response coming in from the additional DCP Ajay Bhatia, who was at the location and conducting an investigation there. He said that she was stabbed more than 20 times. He's also said we have to arrest the accused first and then the details will come in. And more details will emerge after the accused is arrested. The accused has been identified as Sahil, and he also said that it is evident on camera that there were people, there were witnesses to the crime who did not help. In fact, we have our reporters on the ground as well from the crime scene as well, where this entire murder took place, a gruesome murder on camera. We have Shivangi joining us live from the Delhi newsroom. Shivangi, we've seen this video and it is definitely very, very grisly murder taking place in the national capital. It was at 8:45 p.m. is what we can tell according to the CCTV footage that we've accessed in the Shabad Dairy area of New Delhi. This man called Sahil walked up to the girl, stabbed her multiple times. It was more than 20 times, and took a boulder and crushed her head as well. This video is horrific. And it has definitely raised questions over the law and order situation in the national capital. But what is also even more shocking is the number of people who witnessed this crime and did not intervene despite that girl crying for help.
Absolutely, Sanika, and it's a very shocking murder caught on CCTV, and this is, if our viewers can see that very, very clearly, you can see how this 16-year-old has been stabbed to death, and at least 7 people are walking by. They are not even stopping him. Now this person looks like he's extremely angry. It looks like, because it's a very brutal murder. If you look at it, he, without any kind of remorse, without any kind of even guilt, he's just attacking that young girl. We know that this girl was stabbed multiple times. After that, struck by a stone slab. You can see that he also struck her with a stone slab and also stabbed her in full public view. You can see how the passerbys, they are expressing shock at that event, at that scene, but they're not stopping him. They're not stopping him. In fact, after committing that crime, he is running away from the spot. He's running away from the spot. You can see there's nobody even around him. So this is public apathy at its worst. There's some people who are kind of trying to stop him. There's one man you can see who kind of approached him and tried to stop him, but he is continuing that ghastly act in full public view. Now we know the DCW Chief Swati Maliwal, she spoke a short while back, and she has said that this is the state of affairs in the national capital, where women continue to feel unsafe in the national capital. We have seen these kind of horrific murders even in full public view, even in broad daylight. This time we are seeing that Delhi DCW chief has said this, and I'll quote what she has said. She said that Delhi has become extremely unsafe for women and girls. I appeal the central government to call a high-level meeting. This coming in as a 16-year-old was stabbed 40 to 50 times, Sanika. 40 to 50 times, and in that 40 to 50 times, that gruesome murder, where you can see that this man who is committing that ghastly act, he looks like he's extremely, like he doesn't even care who's around him. He has no fear of the law, and he's attacking a woman in full public view, Sanika. Now we are seeing that several people saw this, but they did not pay heed. That is what Swati Malawal has also said. Delhi has become extremely unsafe for women and girls. I appeal to the central government to call a high-level meeting with Union Home Minister, Delhi LG, DCW Chief and Delhi CM. So we are seeing this reaction also coming in from the DCW Chief Swati Malawal. I'm handing it back to you because we're still waiting for more reactions to come in. This investigation, of course, will reveal what was the reason behind this. But 2 points coming in, Sanika. Number one, the young man there having no fear of the law. And number two, the witnesses just walking by. And at a time like this would be the right time to even call the police, a right time to in fact stop this kind of public apathy. But we're seeing not even one person. Now this one person wearing a red shirt who did try to stop it, but he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even stop it. There are 12 people who are around him. It's also likely the 12 people around this murderer, they could have even come together to stop him, but we did not see that, Sanika. I'm handing it back to you. Now we know that Sahil, who's accused here, is absconding. He's absconding, and this murder happening in full public view, extremely shocking visual, Sanika.
Yes, and Shivangi, we'll try to get our reporter from the crime scene as well. Just recapping what the police has revealed about the investigation so far. They say that Sahil, the accused, is a 20-year-old person. 6 teams are working on the case, is what they are saying, to nab this accused who's caught on camera murdering the 16-year-old. They've also said that there could be 40 stab injuries on the body of the 16-year-old who was killed. We're trying to get more information on it, and we'll try to get our reporter live from the crime spot as well. For now, we're heading into a short break. After the break, we'll also get you details about Amit Shah's visit to Manipur, where he's going to take stock of the situation in the state as far as the violence is concerned. Also coming up after the break, ISRO chief has announced that Chandrayaan-3 will be launched in July.
Republic, #1 on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous prime ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. For the last 6 years, Republic TV has been the #1 channel on TV. On television, day after day, night after night, you, the viewer, have been coming back to us for our investigative reports, our reportage from different parts of the country and the world, our opinions on TV that make us #1. And through our struggles and through everything that we've done to be the #1 channel on TV, it's now time for digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV now soon on digital this July.
Republic has been number one for the past 6 years. We've broken the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered most. We've disrupted the broadcast news media from India. And now we are coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV, number one on television, soon on digital this July. For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing number one news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic, number one on TV, now coming to digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic TV has been number one for the last 6 years. We've reported some of the biggest stories, stories that matter. We have changed the face of Indian television journalism, and now we are about to do the same on digital. Republic on digital this July.
Republic number one on TV, now soon on digital this July. Republic TV has been number one on television for the past 6 years. We broke the biggest stories and reported from where it mattered.
अब डिजिटल में आ रहा है रिपब्लिक, रिपब्लिक डिजिटल, रिपब्लिक डायरेक्ट.
The video coming in from the Shahbaz Dairy area of New Delhi has sent shockwaves across the country with the kind of crime that has taken place, and also with the apathy of the passers-by. At least 12 people witnessed the murder, but not one stepped in to stop the murder. At least 12 people walked by as a 16-year-old girl was getting stabbed by a person, by a 20-year-old man called Sahil, and her head was being crushed by a boulder. That's our top story at this hour. First up, let's have a quick check of the headlines. Union ministers hold back-to-back news briefings to highlight achievements of 9 years of Modi government. Nitish Kumar takes the lead, set to host all opposition leaders for a meeting in Patna on June 12th. In a setback to opposition unity, Congress decides not to support Aam Aadmi Party. Complete chaos in Congress. Karnataka ministers now seek more time to implement promises. Amid violence and calls for NRC in State Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Manipur to take stock. ISRO chief has announced that Chandrayaan 3 will be launched in July. Bringing our focus back to the story coming in from the national capital. A 16-year-old girl was stabbed to death by a jilted lover in northwest Delhi's Shahbaz Dairy area, a video of which is being widely shared on social media. The CCTV footage has been accessed by Republic TV as well. The accused stabbed her multiple times before bludgeoning her with a stone. The body of the victim was found lying on